November 26th through December 1st, Mean Girls the Musical is coming to Chicago for 1 week only. We have Joshua Morrisey, who plays Damien in the show, joining us. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thanks for having me, Rudy. Thanks. I really
You know,
appreciate
I'm
it.
standing with you. I had to wear the right color shirt today. You know, it's appropriate, right?
Yes, I see the shirt.
Yeah.
Heat it up.
This show has its own color, its own day. It's timeless. I mean, it's multi-generational. I mean, what has this experience of being part of Mean Girls, been like so far?
Oh my gosh, I don't think you understand. There was times like when I was like, what, when like musical first came out, I'm like in my house alone belting out these songs to like my mirror. Like, and now that I get to do that across America, it's still mind blowing to me. I was like, every once in a while, I'll think like, wow, I'm really doing my dream show, my dream role right now. And I'm just so grateful for this opportunity.
I mean, it's a fantastic soundtrack, but Where Do You Belong? One of my favorite songs in the whole entire show. I mean, talk a little bit about, when that number starts and it grows, it's not just you, but it's the whole cat. I mean, talk a little bit about that.
Yeah.
It's an incredible number.
Yeah, so Katie has just came to the school. She's in this new place, and Janice and Damien seek her out. She's like having like a little rough start. So we're like, you know what? We're gonna show her around the school. We're gonna tell her the ins and the outs of like what's good, what's not good, what should you do, what should you not do. And it's just a very like beautiful piece that I get to perform every night with our Janice Alexis, and she's just really good.
Let's talk a little bit about looking out into the audience, because I'm assuming that I'm not the only one who's thinking I'm going to wear pink to the show. I mean, with a group of friends, the excitement of seeing something that they either have grown up on, whether on the screen, have done the quotes, with their family and friends on social media for the longest time, got that way through the musical. But this means a lot to a lot of people. I mean, what's it like when you see like those smiling faces in the audience?
Oh my gosh, I love when the audience is filled with pink. It's like the most like that's how you know like they're gonna really like love the show. Cause like, yeah, there's some differences. Like we're singing a little bit more than in the original movie, obviously. But when they're coming in with pink, when they're coming in dressed like Regina, dressed like Damien with the blue jacket and the glasses, like my face lit like lights up and I'm like, this is gonna be a really good show. So like I
Yeah.
encourage it. Like come dressed up. We love it.
Yeah, we do that. I go to a lot of the shows here in Chicago, and the audience is here. We love to dress up. We love to get into the show. So get ready for a wonderful experience while you're in our city.
I can't wait to see y'all. I'm so excited.
Let's talk a little bit about the connection to Damien, what you bring to him, what this character means to you.
Yeah, this was something that kind of felt natural for me. I have like a lot of similarities with Damien, like when I was growing up. So I'm to get to tell that story and share that with like people across America. It's just very heartwarming because I know that Damien's not the only one that feels like this, like kind of like the outcast of the school because of his sexuality, obviously. So to be able to share that, it's just a beautiful message in my eyes.
Yeah, it's wonderful to see his journey and the actors that have portrayed Damien over the years, because I know Daniel wasn't out when the movie came, when the movie was first released, and it was not until
Yeah.
years later, and then being able to see the musical and getting to see, the different cast members, embrace themselves and embrace, this character.
Yeah, I think that's, like Damien wears his heart on his sleeve. Like, you know what he's feeling. He's unapologetically himself. And I think, like, I've learned a lot from him. And I think I've learned that, it's okay to be myself with people that I haven't been in my earlier life. Like, it's okay to go back on it and be like, hey, this is actually who I am. And, how do we move on from this? But
Yeah.
yeah, I just think that's a beautiful story.
Do you remember watching either the movie the first time, or hearing the music from the musical, or going to see it? Like, what was your first connection to the story?
So actually, I was introduced to the musical first. I will say I was not alive when the movie came out. It was over 20 years ago. I'm 19, so I just missed it. But I listened to the soundtrack and I instantly fell in love with the show. And then I found the movie and I was like, okay, let's watch this movie. And it like opened my eyes to like, wow, this has been just sitting here and I've been missing out on it for so long. I could have been a part of this from like years ago. So I'm really sad that I missed out on it, but I'm glad that I found it and it came to me because I love this material so much.
Yeah, and I love that too because I think the people who were alive during that time or got to see it as kids or as teenagers or even older embrace that, and then they get to relive it again through the musical. And those who experienced the musical first, might go back and say like, "Oh, this is that first source material," and I love that both the
Yeah.
generations can be able to enjoy the script and the story.
Yeah, one thing I like about this show is that, yeah, like I said earlier, there's some differences in the show, but we have those same iconic lines. Like one of my favorite lines is she doesn't even go here. Like it's like a big eruption every time. I love it. And like Gretchen's like, that's so fetch, or I'm not a cool mom. I'm not a
Yeah.
regular mom, I'm a cool mom. So like those same things are still in there that people can enjoy if that was a part of the original movie.
What as far as the cast when they're out, I mean, obviously there's things that like actually, a two-part question. Like, are there any of those phrases that you say like when you're hey, we're not on stage, we're off time, but they just still kind of naturally like come
Oh
out?
my gosh, I I was on the bus like one day, like because we travel like either through bus or
Yeah.
on a plane, and I was just like casually talking, and fetch came out of my mouth. I was like, "Whoa!" I'm like really in this story now. Like I'm really like melded with it. So like what stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um, and also we have like little jokes and stuff like she doesn't even go here. I like if I'm going back and forth with someone like on a joking level, I'm like, you don't even go here. Like it's like little fun stuff like that that I like this cast is just a very like homely cast. Like we're like very connected with each other and like we know how to have fun with each other. So that's something that I also really appreciate.
That is amazing. Well, get ready for the Chicago audience because we are definitely ready for the show. Mean Girls the Musical coming to us for 1 week only, November 26th through December 1st at the Auditorium Theater, BroadwayChicago.com for those tickets. Joshua, have a wonderful time in our city, and we will see you very, very soon.
See you soon.
Thank you.